Hello dear students, I'm Jeetendra Barulkar and I'm here with MCQs on the romance of a busy broker. The romance of a busy broker is a tale with a twist. In this video, we'll practice 10 MCQs. It will help you to prepare for exams. So let's get started. Question number 1. Who is the author of the romance of a busy broker? The options are Ruskin Bond, O. Henry, G.B. Shaw, and Leo Tolstoy. I'll repeat the question. Who is the author of the romance of a busy broker? Ruskin Bond, O. Henry, G.B. Shaw, or Leo Tolstoy? The right answer is O. Henry. O. Henry is considered as one of the finest short story writers in the world. Moving to the next question. What is the real name of O. Henry? O. Henry का सही नाम क्या है? The options are G.B. Shaw, that is George Bernard Shaw, D.H. Lawrence, William Sidney Porter, and William Butler Yeats. The right answer is William Sidney Porter. O. Henry is a pen name of William Sidney Porter. The next question. What is the setting of the romance of a busy broker? ये जो कहानी है रोमांस ऑफ अ बिजी ब्रोकर, ये कहाँ घटती है, किस शहर में? ऑप्शंस आर ए बर्लिन, बी न्यूयॉर्क, सी लंदन और डी न्यू जर्सी. And the right answer is New York. A busy broker of the story is a stockbroker in New York Stock Exchange. The story takes place in the city of New York. Next question. Before we proceed, let me add a few points here. There are just 3 major characters in the story. These characters are a broker, a clerk, and a secretary. Let's see some of the questions based on the characters. Question number 4. In the romance of a busy broker by O. Henry, who is Pitcher to Harvey Maxwell? Pitcher Maxwell का कौन लगता है? What is their relationship? The options are Pitcher is his brother, his clerk, his partner, or his boss. And the right answer is his clerk. Mr. Pitcher is working as a clerk in the office of Mr. Harvey Maxwell. Question number 5. In the romance of a busy broker, who is Maxwell's secretary? Romance of a busy broker इस कहानी में मैक्सवेल की सेक्रेटरी का नाम क्या है? The options are Miss Julie, Miss Leslie, Miss Margaret, or Miss Julia. The right answer is Miss Leslie. Miss Leslie is a very beautiful lady who looks very unsecretarial. The way she dresses, the way she presents herself is quite unsecretarial. And she is a very decent lady. Moving to the next question. In the beginning of the story, why was Pitcher more curious than usual? कहानी की शुरुआत में ही हमने देखा कि पिक्चर के चेहरे पर कुछ अचरज, कुछ उत्सुकता नजर आ रही थी। वो क्यूरियस नजर आ रहा था। उसकी वजह क्या है? द ऑप्शंस आर Maxwell reduced his pay. B. He was not well. C. Maxwell and his secretary entered together. Or D. He was late to office. Maxwell ने उसकी तनख्वाह कम कर दी, या पिक्चर की तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी, या मैक्सवेल और सेक्रेटरी दोनों को एक साथ देखकर वो चौंक गया था, या पिक्चर ऑफिस आने में लेट हो चुका था। द राइट आंसर इज Maxwell and his secretary entered together, and that's why he was quite shocked and curious. What did Mr. Maxwell ask Mr. Pitcher the day before? एक दिन पहले मैक्सवेल ने कौन सा काम करने के लिए कहा था पिक्चर को? The options are to speak with his wife, to find a new secretary, to order food for lunch, or to find him a new office. इनमें से कौन सा काम करने के लिए कहा था मैक्सवेल ने? पहला ऑप्शन है to speak with his wife, or to find a new secretary, or to order food for lunch, or to find him a new office. The right answer is to find him a new secretary. एक नई सेक्रेटरी खोजने के लिए कहा था मैक्सवेल ने पिक्चर से। अगला सवाल देखते हैं। What is the purpose of the machine in Maxwell's office? मैक्सवेल जहां बैठता है वहां पर एक मशीन रखी हुई थी। उस मशीन का मकसद क्या था? क्या यूज था? ऑप्शंस आर it makes copies of his letters, it brings him business news, it records his phone calls, it connects him with clients. So what is the purpose of the machine? The right answer is it brings him business news. The machine, which was kept in the office of Maxwell, was a teleprinter. It was constantly bringing him the news related with the world of business, of stocks, of securities, and of shares. Next question. What does Maxwell ask his secretary? Maxwell अपनी secretary से क्या पूछता है? The options are he asks her out to dinner, he asks her if she would marry him, or he asks her to call Pitcher, or he asks her to quit the job. Yes, you guessed it right. The answer is he asks her if she would marry him. And surprisingly, the way he asks her to marry was quite shocking for both. He immediately goes to her and asks her to respond quickly whether she will marry him or not. It was a marriage proposal in a very unusual way. And the last question is, what did Maxwell forget happened the night before? ऐसी कौन सी घटना, कौन सी चीज है जो मैक्सवेल भूल जाता है? The options are he already married his secretary, his secretary left the job, Pitcher found him a new secretary, or Pitcher married the secretary. What did Maxwell forget happened the night before? And the right answer is he already married his secretary. This is what the twist in the story is. Quite a surprising twist is given by author Mr. O. Henry in the end of the story. On the day of the story, Maxwell once again proposes her, and he realizes that Miss Leslie was crying and she was laughing both at the same time. She was crying and laughing because she realized that the world of business had got into the mind of Mr. Maxwell. she reminds him that he had already married her the night before. So that's it from this chapter. Thank you so much. Keep practicing.